Headlines. The Presidential Steering Committee on COVID-19 places 6 states FCT on red alert. Socio-Economic Rights and Accountability Project asks federal government to withdraw stop order on reportage on terror attacks. And more than a dozen killed in landslide triggered by monsoon rains in Mumbai. Hello and welcome to Trust News Update. I'm Nafisa Abdul Al. For more news updates, follow us across all social media platforms at Facebook and YouTube at TrustTV News and on Instagram at TrustTV_news. Now the news in detail. Presidential Steering Committee on COVID-19 has put 6 states and FCT Abuja on red alert to ensure a safe and healthy nationwide Eid al-Kabir celebration. The action followed the confirmation of the Delta variant of COVID-19, the rising number of infections and hospitalization in the country. PSC Chairman and Secretary to the Government of the Federation, Boss Mustafa, said this in a statement made available to newsmen in Abuja. He listed the affected states as Lagos, Oyo, Rivers, Kaduna, Kano and Plateau, as well as the FCT. In the meantime, Katsina and Daura Emirates have announced that no Durbar will take place during Salah festivities as precaution against the COVID-19 pandemic. Professor Isa Sadiq Abubakar, Director Center for Infectious Disease Research, Bayero University, Kano, in an interview with Trust TV, gave more insight on COVID-19 Delta variant.
Delta variant is actually one of the different types of SARS-CoV-2, that is the virus which causes COVID-19. With time, each virus finds a way of passing information onto its offsprings, messages that will allow them to survive better. So as human beings, if we are fighting those viruses, trying to make them extinct, they are also trying to find a way that they can survive better, and they pass this information from one generation of the virus to another. So we have come to a stage where we discover that SARS-CoV-2, the virus causing COVID-19, has different variants. With time, it is changing its shape. That is what we call mutation. And so there are various forms of it. We have alpha, beta, gamma, delta, and all these have been considered by WHO as variants of concern. There are others that are variants of interest because they have the potential to cause more serious illness. Now, in particular, the Delta variant, which I refer to as variant of concern according to the World Health Organization, is one which has shown that it can be transmitted much easier than the Alpha, which is the original variant, and it causes more serious illness. Its ability to do this is because it has a portion of it which is called spike protein that is more in number than the one possessed by the original variant. And with that, it becomes much more easier to transmit it to other people. And then when it enters the body, it causes greater harm than the original variant. That is why WHO and all other bodies of scientists are calling on people to be more vigilant and take the fight more seriously. If not, it has the potential, or it has even shown that it can kill people more. It can cause greater amount of hospitalization, as it has done in Brazil, in India, in Turkey, and South Africa. And it is spreading to other countries, and Nigeria is one country that has recorded few cases, and we are afraid that these might escalate if care is not taken, and that is if the necessary measures have not been put in place.
A civil society organization, Socio-Economic Rights and Accountability Project, SERAP, has asked President Muhammadu Buhari to use his leadership position to urgently instruct the Minister of Information and Culture, Lai Mohammed, and the National Broadcasting Commission to withdraw the directive banning journalists and broadcast stations from reporting details of terrorist attacks and victims across the country. The NBC had, in a letter dated 7 July 2021, issued a directive asking journalists, television and radio stations in Nigeria to stop glamorizing and giving too many details on the nefarious activities of terrorists and kidnappers during their daily newspaper reviews. Independent National Electoral Commission (INEC) says despite the rejection of electronic transmission of election results by the National Assembly in the Electoral Act Amendment Bill, the use of technology will be feasible in deepening of democracy in Nigeria. The Commission premised its optimism on the fact that its joint committee, made up of telecommunications stakeholders, had revised the system and concluded that electronic transmission of results was practicable. INEC National Commissioner and Chairman Festus Okoye expressed his views in an interview with newsmen in Abuja. In Abuja, popular Prince Ebano supermarket at Lokogoma district has been gutted by fire. Public Relations Officer of the Federal Capital Territory Fire Service, Ibrahim Muhammad, confirmed the development in an interview with newsmen on Sunday. Muhammad said that the firefighters from several fire services stations in Asokoro, Garki, Games Village, and the National Judicial Institute in Abuja combated the massive fire. According to him, the cause of the fire has not yet been ascertained. He said that it is not yet known if lives were lost and the extent of property lost in the incident. Coming up after the break, car crash kills 14 in Osun State. Stay with us.
Get latest updates on current topical issues and breaking news by downloading the TrustTV mobile app on your Android devices. Go online, click Google Play Store, search TrustTV, install the app, and get doses of unfiltered information on happenings all over the world in your pocket. TrustTV, documenting the Nigerian story.
My name is Samuel Dada.
Yakubu Isa, ana mana ɗabi da jeji.
Aminu Musa.
A wannan harkar ce muke ɗan samun abinci, an muke taimaka mu wasu da yawa.
Looking for private jobs. Sometimes you get employed and the process of payment, you undergo some kind of stress.
Welcome back, and here is a recap of our top stories. Presidential Steering Committee on COVID-19 has put 6 states and FCT Abuja on red alert to ensure a safe and healthy nationwide Eid al-Kabir celebration. The action followed the confirmation of the Delta variant of COVID-19, the rising number of infections and hospitalization in the country. And a civil society organization, Socio-Economic Rights and Accountability Project, SERAP, has asked President Muhammadu Buhari to use his leadership position to urgently instruct the Minister of Information and Culture, Lai Mohammed, and the National Broadcasting Commission to withdraw the directive banning journalists and broadcast stations from reporting details of terrorist attacks and victims across the country. Still in the news, police in Kano say at least 21 armed robbers suspected have 7 kidnapped gang members have been arrested among many other criminals in the state. A statement released by Police Public Relations Officer DSP Haruna Kiawa said 5 locally made pistols, 4 Dane guns and 3 toy guns were recovered from the suspected criminals. 14 teenagers who used knives to snatch mobile phones from people were also arrested in a clampdown operation on the hideout of the suspect, and many kinds of knives were also recovered. The police also said a suspected kidnapper, Ado Shuaibu, is arrested after he demanded 2 million naira ransom from his victim. The statement said several other suspected criminals arrested would be arraigned in court after investigations are concluded. It is sad news in Osun State as 14 people are killed in a road crash at Power Line area in Beto Ijesha area of the state. The accident involved a Sienna vehicle and a truck. Those who lost their lives include 2 female children, 4 male children, 4 male adults, and 4 female adults. Officials of the Federal Road Safety Corps, FRSC, who cordoned off the scene, evacuated the injured to the hospital and took recovered bodies to the mortuary. The sector commander of the FRSC in the state, Corps Commander Paul Obe, said the accident might have been caused by wrongful overtaking. Meanwhile, the National Emergency Management Agency has appealed to motorists to exercise utmost caution while driving in this festive season. The agency made the appeal in view of the avoidable loss of lives and life-threatening injury sustained in a multiple motor traffic crash close to Otidola Bridge in Lagos. A containerized trailer lost control while descending towards Otedola Bridge, landed on top of another vehicle driven by a woman, leaving her seriously injured. She had since been taken to the Lagos State Accident and Emergency Center for treatment. However, a young man who hawked snacks along the gridlock was crushed to death in the same incident. In business, Ogun State Governor Dapo Abiodun has lauded the federal government for approving the construction of the Ilaro-Babalanto-Shagamu Expressway in support of the state's efforts on infrastructural development. Addressing the people of Yawa South at Ilaro, Abiodun disclosed that the reconstruction of the 100 kilometers road will cost the government about 79 billion naira. The governor added that the road, which crosses through Obafemi Owode, Ewekoro, Yawa South and North local government areas, is a major arterial road that links the state to other states and the ECOWAS sub-region. On the foreign scene, at least 18 people were killed after several homes were crushed by a collapsed wall and a landslide triggered by heavy monsoon rain in India's financial capital, Mumbai, as authorities said on Sunday. According to the National Disaster Response Force, 12 bodies had been recovered from the rubble on Sunday. Rescuers were searching the scene for more survivors and bodies. Residents in regions of Germany and Belgium worst affected by recent floods have begun the huge task of clearing their neighborhoods as the water starts to recede. The scale of the damage is becoming clear as rescue crews continue to look for victims. At least 180 people have died, and with many still missing, the death toll could rise even further. And in sports, 2 athletes have become the first to test positive for coronavirus at the Tokyo Olympic Athletes Village 5 days before the start of the Games. Organizers say the duo are from the same team and sport as the official who tested positive on Saturday. Other members of the team are being isolated in their rooms. Organizers on Sunday reported 10 new cases connected to the Olympics, including media contractors and other personnel. That compares with 15 new cases on Saturday. And that chat it up for Trust News update on this night. Don't forget to follow us across all social media platforms on Facebook and YouTube at TrustTV News and on Instagram at TrustTV_news. I'm Nafisa Abdul Al. Thank you for watching.